old life vest. Let's see how I can do today, throwing the old Yum Cinco around. And I got it on a number 3 hook here, 8-pound test. Oh yeah! Man, literally just finished the intro. Yeah, scanny. Definitely from on a bed, the tail's all beat up. Right. First one of the day. Didn't take too long. Hopefully that'll hold true down the rest of this bank. This spawning bank's been really good to me over the years. So first one, little short Kentucky. We'll see how we can capitalize on this. Hopefully a few more Cinco fish before the sun comes up. That dude wanted to get back in the boat. He had so much fun. Well, welcome back to another edition of Low IQ Fishing. We're out on Table Rock Lake again today. I was out here about 2 days ago and kind of struggled around a little bit. So I got out here midday though, and it was real kind of pretty sunny and really pretty warm and just not quite the right conditions that I like for doing this specific thing. But anyways, we're going to get out here and throw around the Cinco and spinnerbait a little bit, and hopefully maybe can kind of get into a little bit of a shad deal too. That'd be kind of fun. I ran into a little bit of that Friday and got a couple of bites on a fluke, so I'm going to give that a try again a little bit later. Usually when the sun gets up, it seems like I could do a little bit better on that. But if you like this kind of stuff, consider subscribing. Hit that like button. Leave comments. We love the comments. And we really appreciate you tuning into the channel and taking the time to watch our stuff. There's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of great stuff. So very competitive market, but we're doing the best we can. And yeah, just follow along and see how I can do today, throwing the old Yum Cinco around. And I got it on a number 3 hook here, 8-pound test, and spinning rod. But yeah, follow along and see what happens. Oh yeah, man, literally just finished the intro, pitched right back into that bush and smoked, man. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, that one there is a pretty nice one. All right, man. All right. Freaking awesome, man. It's right in front. I mean, I just literally picked the rod back up, smack. So hit like a ton of bricks. Okay, awesome. Here we go. It's kind of funny. The bass really seem to be relating under just like single trees. Not so much I mean, it's the brush, but like if you have a single tree, still here, I'll show you. Let's see here. So this tree right here, you can see how it's real close to shore and kind of overhanging, and then has some bushes under it. I noticed Friday and a little bit last year too that they like to get set up under that, and I wonder if it's because like it's shaded when the sun comes out or something. Like they're specifically choosing something to where it's shaded. And I noticed because like I've fished on some cloudy days and cast underneath there and catch them, and then on sunny days they're underneath there and they catch them. And I just feel like they're deliberately choosing that because they won't be like over here, or you know, this kind of area, they're always, I mean, you can almost just pinpoint accurate shoot right at the base of that tree, and that's where you're going to get your bite. I just think that's so interesting. Like, it's not a fluke. Like, they are for certain choosing that. So kind of interesting. I'm like definitely keying in on that very specific little thing. I mean, I'm hitting everything. There could be fish anywhere. I'm not passing over anything, but when I see that, I really slow down. I'll hit that maybe 2 or 3 times. You shouldn't have to do that this time of year. The first shot should be this shot. The lake got flooded pretty bad. Let's see, it would be Friday before last, so I think about 8 days ago. I mean, bad, really blown out. It makes that a little bit tough because I think the better fish still relate to the original shoreline. Can't get my thoughts together this morning, but I think that the bigger fish are relating to the natural shoreline, and I think what I'm running into is I'm pitching and flipping a lot of the shallow stuff, not really catching any, like what everybody wants, you know, the 3 to 5 pound females. I got a funny feeling that they're on that bank a little bit further out. So what I'm doing today is, and what I've done in the past, because it always floods Table Rock Lake every spring. You're gonna have to work around the floods. And what I've noticed for me, I'll pick a bank that's really steep, almost like kind of like a short bluff walls. Matter of fact, back here is one. And that way, in my mind, when the lake rises, it's not like it's going up the shore and getting into shell, you know, going from, you know, a 6 foot deep bank to now it's going to, you know, 4 foot, then 3, then 2, then 1, on a real gradual bank. I like to go back and hit when it's flooded the stuff that I know to be a steeper bank, so the water's just rising this way instead of up onto the bank. It's coming up. So if the fish makes their bed right there and the water comes up and up and up, they don't feel a need to move. And I don't have to try to figure out, oh, where were they before? I just cast and just basically hit the wall and it falls right in and let it sink and bang. So that's a good way of kind of getting out of the whole too much of a good thing scenario where the lake comes up and there's just so much cover. You feel just, I mean, I feel like I have to cover and hit everything, you know, and it can just take forever. Where when I do this kind of a stretch or got a couple spots like this, man, I just run right to where they were before and fish like the water hadn't come up. If it's 2 or 3 foot high, who cares? Because it came up vertically. It didn't go up the bank to where the fish have more to move around. If they were there, they're going to be there. So in my opinion, it seems to work that way. Now I am like picking my way all the way back to that spot by hitting all this brush. And of course it just paid off. I caught 2 little fish, you know. But I'm just going to keep easing around and just see if I can pick a few of the smaller, maybe buck bass, male bass up, and then maybe get back to a little bit better one back in there. We'll see what happens. I caught a couple fish in the back of this on a fluke 2 days ago. I've got to stop biting them damn Cincos off, man. That salt is very potent. How is there not one right there? I'm going to hit that with a beaver. That's really good. I've been trying to get out of my comfort zone and start throwing some tackle. It's a little bit different. I mean, for me, like pitching and flipping, I can't flip. I can pitch, I guess. I'm just starting to kind of branch out a little bit more so I have more options when the thing I think's going to work doesn't. I just got really limited experience. I didn't really start seriously bass fishing until about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, and I mean where it's what I do 99.9% of the time. I crappie fished for years. I crappie fished and basically solely crappie fished for like 6, 7, almost 7 years straight. And I'd only bass fish at night. I just would like to make night trips, and that was it. That's all I did. And so, kind of behind the times. Of course, I grew up fishing. You know, Stockton a lot and Table Rock. I mean, shoot, we trolled crankbaits and did all kinds of stuff. We did just whatever it took to get fish in the boat. Me and my dad wanted to just catch fish, you know. But in the last few years, I've really kind of branched out. Well, fishing with Isaac's made a huge difference for me, because he's just so open to try anything, and he's in the back of the boat, starts catching some, and I'm like, hey, you know, I'd like to get in on that a little bit. So that's, being around somebody that's open-minded has really helped me out a lot, because I get so used to just doing the same routine all the time. Which I'm still guilty of that, but less guilty than I used to be. Yeah, here. Yeah. All right. There's probably a fish right there if I could ever get a cast in. What you got going on here? Some sort of a nightmare? Wonderful. I could have fish on the other end of this. We're gonna get you all fixed up here. A little short Kentucky. There we go. Old life vest. Wonderful. Glad to have all that in my boat. Freaking awesome. Just got a case of the green sunfish. Yeah, that's a good one. There he is. Okay, heck yeah. What do we got here? Alrighty. Heck yeah. It's a good one. Heck yeah. Scanny. Definitely from on a bed. The tail's all beat up. So yeah, it almost felt like a bluegill, just peck real light. I lifted up on it, line was tight, so I figured, well, we'll give it a try. It's a nice one. Okay. Alright. Nice Kentucky. Finally found a spinnerbait fish. I had to get out of them coves. I thought, okay, this is not working for me. I've got to run about 2 miles to a little bit clearer water, find some wind, pick up a spinnerbait. I just could not get that plastic bite to work. Really weird. I mean, I fished some crazy prime stuff and could not get a bite. I even broke out the bubblegum worm. I thought, okay, go super old school and just get back shallow and just really go slow, pick everything apart with this. Nope. Not gonna happen. Kind of actually working my way to a spot where I've caught a lot of crappie in the past. This time of year, water temp's 66, so I'd be able to get back in there and find a couple, but I don't know. I've had such a hard time on Table Rock. It's like I can never really get anything going. I still gotta have a bunch of rods in the deck and just try a ton of stuff. One day something works, another day it doesn't. One day there's fish in a certain spot, the next time there isn't. It's like there was none. Just really, really weird. Really, really weird spring. Last year, like this week last year, I mean, it was totally lights out. I mean, picked up a Senko, found a bunch of cover in a couple of different coves like that I'm looking for, certain trees, certain brush, certain everything, certain depth, and I could just recreate it over and over and over for like an entire week. Just whacked them. And this year I just cannot get on them. I can't put anything together. It's just weird. Still catching one here, one there. You know, it's like that. Caught a fish. You know, how do you fish another 50 yards with the spinnerbait and not get another bite? It's crazy. Just like one fish. Two on a spinnerbait. Alright. Maybe I'm figuring something out. We'll see what happens. It's so hard to put anything together because there's so many things just flying through my mind to do, and I'm just like, man, you just gotta pick up one or two things and just commit. Kentucky. Alright. Got something going on now. I think I figured out what I'm going to be spending quite a bit of time doing today. I had the trolling motor on 8. Peeling out of there. Just casting only the stuff that looked the best. They want the blade bait. I will give them the blade bait. Dang sure. I've had four or 5 bites, so here we go. Want the blade bait. Give it to them. Very next cast. Another real nice Kentucky. Heck yeah. Alright. Good one. It's 2 for 2. Kentucky thing where you catch a few in short order and you're like, oh, I'll go down the bank and catch more. And just funny. Right off that stump. Alright, another Kentucky on the spinnerbait. Just getting in some wind and just turning the trolling motor up and flying. Just hit the best looking cover and roll on. They're on wood, so if there's not a piece of wood or brush, I'm not even casting at it. Not slapping. You can see what the problem is. I'll show you. It's becoming much more clear what occurred. That is what occurred, sucker. Thought I missed him. You know, he never had the hook. That time. All right. It's pretty cool. Really wanted to try to do something a little bit different today. I've been trying to do something different each time I come out, and today I'm throwing a super fluke. This one's in Sexy Shad. I probably owned that pack for, I don't know, 5 or 10 years. So didn't take too long to get a result. I seen a post online that the fluke was working pretty good, so let's see if we can't catch a couple more. Unfortunately, I don't have very many left, so I was at the tackle store yesterday. I was hoping they'd have anything even close to this, and they had nothing sold out, so go and give her a try. Keep trying. Got it. All right. Another nice Kentucky. Alrighty. On the fluke. Man, am I gonna be bummed out when I run out of these really, really soon. Alrighty. So concludes another episode of Low IQ Fishing. I just kind of struggled a little bit throughout the day. I had several hours where absolutely no bites, but I kind of decided just to get into the wind and throw around a fluke and a spinnerbait, and I produced probably half a dozen bites or more. Just kind of slow though. I mean, I had to cover a lot of water, make a lot of casts, so made it kind of tough. But watercolor's really good. Water temperature's good. I usually do better on an overcast day than a sunny day. Good wind that you could work with, but wasn't just totally out of control, where you just had to struggle. Everything just worked really good. It's just I'm just having a tough time getting consistent bites where I'm averaging half a dozen fish or more, an hour at least. So I'm just going to keep kind of picking away at it, and hopefully I can keep building on what I learned today. I'm going to go out again tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to come here. I haven't made up my mind yet, but I am going to go fishing tomorrow for sure before this huge storm they're predicting for Tuesday. So gonna get out there and just give it a try. But as always, I hope you enjoyed the content, and following along really makes a big difference to me and Isaac, because we put quite a bit of effort into it, and I think there's a lot more work than a lot of people anticipate before they get into it. But we really appreciate all the views, and if you like this kind of thing, consider subscribing, hitting the like button, and commenting really helps the algorithm and keeps the views up. The view count really helps, and we really enjoy doing the videos, and it just feels really good to see likes and comments and stuff. It makes you kind of feel a little bit of success. But until next time, I hope I see you on the water, and hope you catch them when you get out there. Right, better than me today. See ya.
Thanks, Bob. She does pretty good.
Infinitely better than my wife. Infinitely.
She tries.
My wife won't even try, just scared.
She tries.
We say every year, I'm going to learn about the trailer.
I thought you did a good job. The guy ahead of you took 15 tries at it.